Hey guys, JamesMCD Reviews here. Welcome to another episode of the Cinematic Bucket List series. And if you could believe it, tomorrow is June 16th, 2023, which, in case you didn't know, means that the latest DCU movie, The Flash, starring Ezra Yikes Miller, is going to be releasing in theaters.
It's my face. You stole my face.
Always just knock you out, and then you won't have to panic.
Yep, despite all of the controversy and delays, and all the other WB or DC movies, animated movies that got written off for taxes, this movie is in fact still releasing. I can already feel the asses of every single DC fan clenching in anticipation. Now, regardless of how this movie turns out, it is definitely coming into theaters with a lot of baggage, and the studio knows this, which is why, on top of the whole like cosmic reset element that this movie is going to bring to the DCU, a majority of the advertisements have been playing up the return of one particular actor returning as one particular character.
You are?
Yeah. I'm Batman.
And in celebration of that return, I'm going to be talking about the 1989 Tim Burton classic, This movie showcases the humble beginnings of Gotham's Caped Crusader as he has to take down the Joker, played by Jack Nicholson, as he has seized control of Gotham's underworld and is just causing chaos all throughout the place. Now, I have seen pretty much every single live-action Batman movie except for this and Returns, and it's not for just lack of interest or anything. I've always wanted to give this a proper watch. I just never got around to it until now, but with Michael Keaton making his grand return, I figured now is a better time as any to cover this movie and cement it as part of the bucket list. Starting off, we might as well talk about the main character of the movie, the Joker. First-time viewers might be surprised to know this, but Batman, for a movie called Batman, there isn't really much Batman in it. This movie is very heavily focused on the Joker, aka Jack Napier, aka Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson's name even appears before Michael Keaton in the credits, which I found very odd at first, but then as the movie kept going, I'm like, I see what they did there. We get a sense of, you know, even before he becomes the Joker, even before he goes all crazy, like, he's really just kind of fighting for control. Like, you know, he's involved in this sort of, like, corrupt political system that is kind of just using him as a puppet. And then once he gets dropped into those chemicals and his face gets fucked up and he goes all crazy, he starts to take back control and just cause complete and utter chaos. Like, when he says shit like,
"What do you want?"
My face on the $1 bill.
Very much like the Dark Knight's interpretation, he is just someone who wants to watch the world burn, and he just finds everything so funny. And Jack Nicholson is really good in this. He's pretty creepy as the Joker. I think he gets slept on a lot because we've had so many different interpretations of the Joker over the past few years, and so many that have stood out, not you. But no, he is really good, and he is really creepy and really sinister. And when I say there's not that much Batman, I'm not exaggerating. Like, we get that iconic shot at the beginning of him, like, you know, holding the muggers over the roof of the building and being like, I'm Batman. But up until that point, we go a good, like, 15-20 minutes without even being introduced to Bruce Wayne. Like, we don't meet Bruce Wayne until, like, the party scene. And then it's, like, very scattered throughout when Batman shows up again. And a majority of his scenes are towards the third act. And, you know, I honestly didn't mind that. I liked they didn't overuse Batman. Like, I feel like this is the perfect antithesis of the Robert Pattinson Batman, where, like, a good majority of that movie is, you know, Batman in the costume, and we get very little of him as Bruce Wayne, whereas this one, we get a lot of Bruce Wayne, but very little Batman. And I did like Michael Keaton as Batman in this. I thought he's very quirky and very weird, but not in, like, an over-the-top way. He's still very kind of like suave and mysterious. You look at him and he's like, you want to know more, but you also want to study him from a distance. He's just got that like weird vibe about him, but he pulled it off. He was really cool. And in the action scenes when he's actually in the suit, he's pretty awesome. The action scenes are pretty cool. I think in the current climate of like superhero movies where we've had so many like big multiversal like universe ending threats and everything, it was kind of refreshing going back to sort of the humble beginnings of these superhero movies where it's just like, it's just a guy, you know, trying to murder some people, just create a little chaos, you know, start some riots, like deface some art. Like I don't know, I thought that was kind of cool. I really like the look of Gotham City. You know, the way that they do it between like the practical sets, the models, the VFX, it looks like very distinctive. Like I was talking about in the Batman review from last year, like it actually feels like its own entity rather than just New York with a splash of Chicago, which I actually really like. The music as well, I mean, it's Danny Elfman and it's iconic for a reason. It's the music that most people like associate with Batman. It kind of runs the gambit of every single like sort of tone and purpose that you could use it for. Like it's got its really kick-ass moments, it's got its kind of slower brooding moments. It works so well with the movie, and I think some Nolan fans are gonna hate me for this, but I don't think we've had an iconic Batman theme as this one up until the Robert Pattinson, Matt Reeves one. Like a Batman score that is so instantly iconic. Like I think those two are the ones that people recognize the most. In terms of like complaints, I don't really have too many, aside from like it being a little bit too long in certain places. I think a lot of the like police procedural stuff and some of the like political meetings with like the whole 200-year like celebration and the mayor and stuff like that. A lot of that got kind of tedious for me. Like, I was like, this could be condensed down a little bit, but I get why it was there. But other than that, I thought this was a really good movie. I loved Keaton as Batman. I really loved Nicholson as Joker. I love the environment. I love the action. Despite, like, Batman being very secondary in this Batman movie, I actually didn't mind that. I was able to still stay invested despite that. And yeah, if you haven't checked it out, who am I kidding? You've probably checked it out, but on the off chance that you haven't, I would definitely recommend it, especially if you're going to see The Flash this weekend. So going to my ranking, I would have to give Batman 1989 a 4 out of 5. But anyway, that does it for this video. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of Batman 89. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Who is your favorite Batman of all the Batmen that have come since this movie came out? And would you like me to cover Batman Returns for the bucket list? Because that's another one that I've only really seen in bits and pieces. Let me know all that stuff down below. I've got more videos coming soon, but until then, be sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you can stay up to date on when I'm posting. Follow me on all my social media, subscribe to my main channel. Everything you need to know will be in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and see you later.